Hello everyone, welcome to Testing Hot New Makeup for August 2023. Welcome everyone. If this is your first time here, my name is Risa, and this is the video that I do once a month. I gather some of the hottest, most hyped up makeup releases, and I try them for the very first time right here on camera. You get to see my genuine first reactions, first impressions, and then at the end of the video, if I'm testing something like a foundation or a concealer, I will have my thoughts written in a caption at the end of this video when I do my final roundup. So today I will be testing out the new Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. Now this is going to be interesting because if you know me at all, you know I prefer a more medium to full coverage foundation. I don't often talk about skin tints in my videos because they typically don't offer the coverage that I am looking for. So I'm looking forward to trying this, and I'm really looking forward to trying out the new Makeup by Mario Concealer. This is the Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, and I purchased it in the shade 160. Nope, it's actually 180. And then I have some drugstore items to test. I picked up the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Liquid Eyeliner in brown. This is supposed to have 16-hour wear. And also from Maybelline, I purchased the Tattoo Studio Brow Styling Gel in blonde. I also have the new Benefit Fan Fest mascara. Oh, I purchased one of the new shades of the Patrick Ta blush duos. I've got a new eyeshadow palette, so let's get started. I'm starting off by putting on a little Milani eyeshadow primer. So this is Light 3, the shade Light 3, and the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. So it's quite thin and runny. I'm using my Stands Out sponge because that gives me the most coverage. No primer today. This is a little yellow for me. I was sent this product, by the way. I did not purchase this. So this is why I do not have the correct color in this. Wow, this is so yellow. Oh my goodness. This is one of the most yellow foundations I have had on my face in a while. And this is so runny, it has actually come out. It's oozing out the top and it's dripping on my counter. I don't know if this is not focusing, but can you see the drip? It's about to drip. So I like that it does have a decent amount of coverage, but this color is so off, and sometimes that throws off everything. It sort of has a light citrusy smell to it. I definitely need a pore blurring primer underneath this because it's not doing anything to help smooth my pores. I mean, it doesn't claim to. It's a skin tint. It's just supposed to even out your skin tone, give you a little bit of a glow. So I'm just gonna blend this all the way down my neck. Okay, so far, I like it. I actually might consider purchasing this. Well, it depends on how it holds up throughout the day. But if it still looks nice after a few hours and I'm not excessively shiny, this is something I might consider purchasing, just something for a no makeup day. But I would definitely want to go to the store and get the right shade. Now I did go to the store to pick up the concealer and swatch them. I went to my local Sephora the day that it was launched. They had all the shades in stock, and I was wavering between 160 and 180. I like the applicator. It's sort of tilted a little bit, not quite on a 45-degree angle. It's a little bit less than a 45-degree angle. I'm applying this to the darkest parts of my under eyes and swipe it up under this area right here. Now Mario says that this is a self-setting concealer, and as you can see, it's sort of yellow. I actually didn't think that any of them had a real peachiness to them. Oh, this actually might be a little light for me. It's extremely spreadable. Like, I did not need that much product. I will use a little bit less on the other side. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go with a lighter one because this is light already. It's weird, they didn't swatch this light. Because Mario says it is self-setting and you do not need powder, I am not going to set this with any powder. So I'm just gonna put a little bit here this time and a little bit right here. So not quite as much. I do like the consistency of this. And a little bit goes a long way, yeah. You definitely don't need a lot. I could probably use even less next time. I do like that it's giving me a nice brightened effect. Maybe too bright. Okay, I don't have a new contour or bronzer to show you, so I'm going to do that off camera. I'll come back and we'll start on the brows and eyes. All right, I did use some Givenchy Prism Libre powder to set my T-zone. I powdered all through here. I did not powder my under eyes. Even though I struggled a little bit with the skin tint, I think my overall look right now is going pretty well. So now let's move on to brows. So this is a brow tint. Most of the time, if I'm using a brow tint, I will also use a brow pencil, simply because more often than not, the tint, while it gives me color and sometimes volume, I still have some bald spots and some areas I want to thicken up. I do like the size of the applicator. It's nice and small, so it works for those of us with sparse brow hairs. It doesn't have any brow plumping fibers, but I know some people don't even like that. The color's good, but I think you can tell that they still need a little shaping. This too would be good for a no makeup day, and we'll see how long it wears because it's supposed to be ultra long wearing. So in the future, I might actually use this to set my brows versus doing it first. Okay, so my brows are looking okay, not great. I'm going to carve them out with a little bit of concealer. It is a nice blonde color, I will say that. All right, I am going to pop a little powder on my lids though, before we start with shadow. And for eyeshadow, I have what I'm hoping to be is my new go-to matte palette. I love the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, but I think I might like this one even better because I don't need so many shades of brown. This is from Kylie Cosmetics. It's called the Classic Matte Palette, and it came out about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was roaming through Ulta. It caught my eye. I don't often go to the Kylie Cosmetics display gondola, but this palette definitely caught my eye. To me, it looks like the perfect must-have matte neutral eyeshadow palette, and in the perfect size. I love this size of palette. It's really compact. It's got a mirror so you can actually work right off the palette, which I think I am going to do right now. Let me give you a closer look at the shades. I'm going to start by setting that concealer under my brow with a little ivory matte shadow. And I'm also going to pop a little bit of that on my inner corners. All right, now on my outer corner and blending into my crease, I am going to use a combination of these two shades right here on the bottom. They are called Camel and Nude. And I'm just swirling that on the outer corners of my eyes and then blending it up into my crease. Now I'm doing that patting motion that I taught in my Hooded Eye Masterclass. These shadows are really nicely pigmented. They're blending very easily. I'm not getting any fallout. There's a little bit of fallout on the palette, but it's not on my eyes. But I do always tap my brush before going in to do my eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my finger to blend out any edges. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to put this ivory shade all over this part of my lid. I like that it's bright, but not too bright, because I do want to keep it nice and light in here. The texture of these shadows is really nice. Okay, let's darken the outer corner of the eye. I'm going to use a mix of cedar and chocolate. And I'm just patting that right on the outer corners. Now I'm going to take a crease brush and go into the shade Rust, which is this one right here in the middle. And I'm going to, with my eyes open, just place that right in the crease or where my crease would be if I actually had one. But nope, I've got that hood right there. But this is going to give the illusion of having a crease. Right, now I'm going to use my finger and go into that shade Base. Just to get a little bit more intensity, a little bit more lightness right here. Now I'm taking the shade Cedar and applying that to my lower lash lines. Now I'm going back with a little chocolate and once again patting that on the outer corners. And I want a little bit more gradient between the chocolate and the ivory shade, so I'm going to take my finger and go into the shade Shadow and place that right in between. So it looks like there's more of a gradient from light to dark. So far, I really, really like this palette. All right, now it's set time to clean up the shadow with concealer like I always do. Bring it up, bring it up. Okay, it has been a really, really long time since I have done liquid eyeliner. And what I think I might do is apply this liquid liner and then go over it with a little brown shadow. I don't know yet. All right, let's check out this applicator. Oh, it's the kind I like. It's the perfect size. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's not too stiff, not too bendy. The color is a little bit lighter than I expected though. It's really light. I was hoping for more of like a dark brown, but I did buy just brown and it is just brown. I've always disliked doing winged liner on camera. I've got to get so close to my eyes, so hopefully I will stay in frame. I do have to gently tug on my eye a bit. Well, it does take a couple swipes to get any sort of color payoff, but I actually do like the shade. I feel like it's dried out a little bit already. Gotta shake it up, see what happens. Well, that took a while, but I do like the way it looks. I actually don't think I'm gonna go over it with any shadow. Okay, now I'm going to curl my lashes if I can find my curling. I was about to say curling iron. That would be bad. My lash curler. Before I apply mascara, I kind of want to add a little bit of this black from the Kylie palette just to the very outer corners of my eyes to connect the liner, the top liner to the bottom liner. Just using a tiny bit. And as you can see, I'm extending the wing just a tad. All right, now it is time to try this new Benefit Fan Fest mascara. I have heard such good things about this. People's lashes are looking amazing with this. This is the mascara wand. It's got a little bit of a curve to it in the center. The packaging is decent. It's not very high-end looking though. It sort of reminds me of an Essence mascara. Start at the base of the lashes and wiggle our way up. It's not clumpy at all, which is good. It's giving me some nice length and actually some volume. Going in for another coat. Oh, wow. Oh, this looks really good. Look at that. You do have to work quickly though because it dries pretty fast. I am in shock, truly. I am always skeptical of mascara reviews, but this one is living up to the hype, as long as it doesn't smear and flake throughout the day. I'm going to add just a touch to my lower lashes. All right, I do feel like I'm getting a little glowy. I am no longer loving the way my complexion looks. I do like the eyes though. I'm indifferent to the brows. They're okay. Okay, it's time to try this new shade of the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duo. This is the new shade She's Flushed. And what Patrick does is he applies the cream first, which is what I'm going to do. And ooh, that is pretty. I'm a blushaholic. Most of you know that. Do I have a blush this shade in my collection? Most likely. Or you know what? Maybe not. This is very like rosy mauve, and I don't have a lot of rosy mauve in my blush stash. I can see this looking incredible on tan or dark skin. And now I'm going to just add a little bit of the powder on top. I don't know if it's necessary, but I think it gives it longevity. Oh my goodness, I just said and did everything wrong. Patrick puts the powder first and then the cream. I know this. I've known this for a long time. Why did I just say it completely wrong? So I guess I'm doing this the traditional way and putting the powder over the cream. Why did I do that? Okay, time to do some lips. Lawless, I guess, reformulated their lip pencils, came out with more shades because they are listed as new on the Sephora website. They were on a brand new display at Sephora. I purchased the shade Nude Honey. This lip pencil is gliding across my lips so easily. I love the shade. It's very much a My Lips But Better type of color. Blending it out with my finger. Pretty color. Okay, now it's time to try this liquid lipstick from L'Oreal. Oh, I like this color. You know what this reminds me of? Oh, it smells good. It's very fruity. This color reminds me of an Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. I think it was called, or is called, Pure Hollywood. Oh, I really, really like this combo. I feel like it's sort of settling into the lines of my lips. It's not horrible. I'm going to let it dry down some more, and I'm going to fix my hair and get dressed and come back and give you my thoughts on all of this. So this is the completed look. Except that I remembered I was sent some new shades of the Bare Minerals Gen Nude highlighting blushes, and I want to try one on over this Patrick Ta blush. Yes, my cheeks do already have a bit of a glow to them, but I kind of want to add a little bit more. And I'm actually using a highlighter brush, and I'm just wiping that. Oh my goodness, that is pretty. I'm wiping that right on the tops of my cheekbones, and then obviously I just did the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I feel like this just made my cheeks pop. And when I was getting dressed and doing my hair, I looked closer at my lips, and they actually don't look very dry. It doesn't look like it's settling into the lines. I mean, it is a little bit, but I think all liquid lipsticks do that. I do really adore this combo though. What I think I'm going to do is add in something else I forgot I was sent. This is the Glosstopia Lip Repair Oil from Hard Candy. They sent over a bunch of different colors, but I think they're all pretty sheer. It says here that these are packed with goodies. Vitamin E to restore lip hydration. Jojoba seed oil provides a protective shield. Squalane softens and conditions lips. And this is Pink Paradise. I really like the packaging of this. I think it's very nice, especially for such an affordable product. It has a nice big applicator, much like the Dior lip oil. Ooh, it smells good too. It's kind of minty and fruity. That's nice. It's not quite as thick. Oh, there we go. I just needed more on the wand. I was gonna say it's not quite as thick as the Dior lip oil, but it's definitely just as shiny. Look at that. I parted my hair in a different direction today. I realized after I shaved off my widow's peak and it started growing back in, that it's growing in this direction. I've always parted my hair either down the middle or to the left, but it seems like the new widow's peak growth is forcing everything that direction. So what do you guys think? Right part, left part, middle part? All right, it's time to go over each product one by one. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. The shade Light 3 was clearly not right for me. but I do like the product itself. It seemed to go on really nicely. It has a very skin-like finish that's not too dewy and not too matte. As I mentioned earlier, I will have something right here on the screen letting you know what my thoughts were at the end of the day. And you will also see a caption for the concealer. Instead of doing a caption on the screen, I thought I would pop on and show you some video from the next day. Please ignore the way my skin looks. I was testing out a foundation on this day that clearly was not going well. So let's just keep our eyes on the concealer. As I think you can see, this shade is a little bit yellow, and even without using any powder, my under eyes look a bit dry. The Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. I'm sort of indifferent to this. There are definitely better brow tints and brow gels and fiber brow gels out there, even at the drugstore. So I don't know if I would really recommend this. I personally love the new Sephora brow tint gel, fiber gel, and I think it is somewhere around the same price. I think it's like $10 or $11, and I paid $10 or $11 for this. As for the Kylie Cosmetics Matte Eyeshadow Palette, well, I brought out my Makeup by Mario palette and discovered that they are the exact same size. Obviously, you get more shades in the Mario palette. The Kylie palette is $32. The Makeup by Mario palette is $50. One thing I like better about the Mario palette is that the ivory shade is a little bit lighter and less yellow than the one in the Kylie palette. But what I like about the Kylie palette is that it has this cooler brown down here and not so many really warm reddish browns. I personally don't ever use all of these different browns. I've played around with them, but they don't look that different on the eye. When it comes to the dark browns in each palette, I think the Mario shade is a little bit better. It's more neutral, like an espresso brown, whereas in the Kylie palette, the brown is called chocolate and it is more of a chocolate brown. They're both excellent palettes. Do you need both? No. Do I recommend one over the other? I mean, I will probably reach more for the Kylie, honestly, than the Mario, because for my skin tone, I'm really preferring the lighter browns and this neutral shade called Shadow. But if you have darker skin, the Mario would probably be better. It's really hard to say. I guess it would depend on your budget and which palette appeals to you more. I would say quality-wise, they're very similar. Both formulas are richly pigmented. They blend it out easily. They are similar in that they're not super buttery textured. Both of these formulas feel a little bit drier to the touch than some other formulas I've tried, but they do blend out very nicely. I really don't have any complaints about the formulas. All right, let's talk about this mascara. I think you could tell it really, really impressed me. I think this is the first time in the history of testing hot new makeup that I have not put on lashes. No lashes are on right now. So this is my new favorite. All right, let's talk about the Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's Flushed. I think it's really, really beautiful. Is it my favorite blush of all time? No. I do own almost all of the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duos, and I would say my current top three are She's a Doll, She's That Girl, and She's So LA. And then you just saw me apply the new Gen Nude highlighting blush in Rose Glow. This is stunning. It gave me a glow without accentuating any texture. And then as for the lips, the lip definer from Lawless in Honey, what is this called again? It's called Nude Honey, and it says on here that it is creamy, has a smooth glide, and is ultra pigmented. I would agree with that. I am crazy about this lip combo. And then of course after that I applied the L'Oreal Infallible in shade 100. And then as you saw at the end, I topped it with a little lip oil from Hard Candy. All of these products will be listed and linked, as always, down below in the description box of this video. I will do my best to remember to put the shade names there as well. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to leave them for me in the comments. I will try to answer as many as I can. So that brings us to the end of testing hot new makeup for August 2023. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can find more content from me over on Instagram and TikTok. The username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.